Hello, this is Kevin Thomas, and welcome to the At Home Film Festival. This week, I was inspired by Turner Classic Movies, because all month they are featuring films could have been Hitchcock. Back here, we have some real Hitchcock films, but they're sprinkling out through the month different movies that have the style of Alfred Hitchcock. And I thought, I'm not only going to do that, I'm going to take it a little further. I'm not going to rely only on Turner Classic Movies, especially since many of them they're featuring, I've already featured on my show before, that are terrific. But I wanted to shed the light on some other movies that could have been made by Alfred Hitchcock. And since they could have been made by Alfred Hitchcock, I'm only doing movies that were made while he was still alive, because of course you can't direct a movie when you're dead. Let's take a look at 7 movies right now, one for each day of the week. And at the end, I'd love to hear from you and movies that you think are Hitchcockian. Can't wait. Okay, so in the 1950s, we had Sudden Fear with Joan Crawford. Oh, this movie is so good. You could find it on Canopy. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking at some point Joan Crawford did all these melodramas that were overly dramatic and just almost campy, but Sudden Fear is not one of those. It is a well-crafted, excellent film where she was up for an Oscar. This is one of her best performances, where she plays a playwright, kind of lonely, and she meets some young guy who's an actor but struggling, played by Jack Palance. And he and his girlfriend decide, hey, why don't we marry her and then maybe just kill her? She starts figuring things out, and because she's a clever playwright doesn't mean she's going to be a victim. She will fight back. Oh, this movie is really, really good. And I also love that it was filmed in San Francisco. Oh, and there's Gloria Graham. She won an Oscar that year for The Bad and the Beautiful, which I don't think she deserved, but she did so many good movies that year. I think it was just a combined effort of all of her performances, because she was in several great movies that year. But this is definitely when Joan Crawford did not do over the top and go too far in her acting. It was just on point and practically perfect. Oh my God. Then we have Experiment in Terror from Blake Edwards, which is on the Criterion Channel and TCM this month. Oh, Blake Edwards, you know, Victor Victoria, the Pink Panther. So this is Lee Remick, who works at a bank, and oh my God, Ross Hunter is the villain. He has this awful breathing pattern that just hearing that spooks me out. But he wants her to take money out of the bank and, of course, give it to him. And if she doesn't listen, she's going to be killed, as well as her sister, Stephanie Powers. Oh, it's really tough. Like, I would think in real life, when someone's giving you those demands, to fulfill them and not worry about it, they're going to kill you anyway. So does she go to the police? We don't know. Well, actually, we do. You'll find it. Oh, okay, she does. There's the police, Glenn Ford. But it's really good. I swear to God, I thought Alfred Hitchcock made this until I saw the name Blake Edwards in the credits. Super good. Another great movie is Bunny Lake is Missing, which is on TCM. It's also on a channel I just found called Cinema Box, which you should seek that out. It's hard to maneuver around that channel, but it does have a lot of good content. So Carol Lindley, who never strikes me as the woman to hold the whole weight of a movie on her shoulders, plays an American woman who moves to London. And by the way, the person working on the case of Bunny is Laurence Olivier. So he's, definitely brings talent. When she takes her child to school and when she goes to pick her up, she can't find her. No one saw traces of her all day. And then people start wondering, is Carol Lindley just crazy? Is there actually a child? Oh, it's so Alfred Hitchcockian. This is from Otto Preminger, though, but this movie is really good. You wonder if the child is missing, if there's a subplot about who abducted her and why, or is Carol Lindley just gone crazy? All comes to fruition if you watch along with me. See No Evil, also on Cinema Box, has a really great performance by Mia Farrow. And once again, it seems like it's an Alfred Hitchcock movie. She plays a blind woman who, after her injury, decides to go spend some time in the country with her family. But she goes out for an outing, and when she comes back, they're all dead. Dead! But you know what? she doesn't know because she can't see. So as she walks through the house, there's dead people on the floor. There's a dead person in the tub. How did they get there? Why did they get there? And does she know, and when's she going to find out? It looks like she found out because she'd be running around. But anyway, oh my God, I was biting my nails through this the entire time. It has a little essence of the movie Wait Until Dark, but it's still a nice turn on it, and Mia Farrow gives a wonderful performance. So back in the day, in the 50s, we would never have thought Robert Wagner would play a killer or even be a killer because he's such a sweetheart. Of course, people don't think that so much since the death of Natalie Wood. But the film, A Kiss Before Dying on TCM is really, really good. An early picture of Joanne Woodward, who actually doesn't like this film, to be honest, but maybe because she wasn't in it so long, because it was a kiss before dying. But anyway, Robert Wagner plays a man who's trying to make his life a little more exciting and be more sophisticated and join the social circles. Well, he hangs out with Joanne Woodward. She gets pregnant. He acts like that's okay. But I mean, let me just tell you this. Oh, I guess I don't need to tell you, look what just happened. Not a big spoiler alert, because first of all, the movie came out in the 50s, so you should have seen it by now. But it does turn into a whole other movie because she dies early on. So what's he going to do in the rest of the film? We are going to find out, and we are going to worry and be nervous the whole time. TCM does have a Bette Davis movie in the Hitchcock style, but I've talked about it before, so I'm doing a different one called The Nanny, which you could watch on YouTube or on Cinema Box. Oh my God, when I was a kid, this scared the crap out of me. I never wanted to have a nanny. My sister's here. She probably was part of the evil plot to make me afraid of this movie. Were you, Maureen?
Yes.
See, she was evil, just like the nanny. So she seems like a nice nanny, right? Well, people are dead in the house. Did the nanny do it? And then there's a scene that I didn't want to take baths forever. The little boy thinks the nanny did it, but the parents don't think the nanny did it. Why would the nanny be a killer? So, there's a scene with a drowning child or a toy or a baby or a doll, something in that tub. All I know is I did not want to take a bath after this movie. Maybe that's why till this day I still prefer a shower. It's because of the nanny. And Alfred Hitchcock did not make this nanny. Oh no. Okay, I'm just nervous watching. I gotta stop. Okay, we're done. In this episode, the closest we have to a Hitchcock film is Diabolique, a French film from 1955. So the book of this inspired the guy who wrote Psycho to actually write Psycho. So that really is a great Hitchcock connection. This was remade years later with Sharon Stone. Do not even try that movie. Please don't. This has an evil headmaster at a private school who's tormenting his lovely wife. She decides she can't take this anymore, so she plots with his mistress to kill him. All done, right? But the kids start seeing him at school still, and they think, oh, those kids don't know what's going on. They're little liars, or they have such imaginations, or do they? Wow, is there a twist? What's going on? Oh no, you need to see this or a Hitchcock film to understand. Wow, this is so good. Well, that's our show of the week. I hope you share and come back and subscribe and comment. I really enjoyed this episode because I love Alfred Hitchcock. I'm going to do another one in the new year with more modern films that seem Hitchcockian. So if you have suggestions, let me know. As we leave, we're looking at a few films where Alfred makes his famous cameos in, because he's always in every movie. In fact, if you've seen Lifeboat, let me know where you can find Alfred Hitchcock's cameo in the movie Lifeboat, because it's got like 5 or 7 people on a boat, and yet Alfred Hitchcock makes a cameo. Figure that out, comment, let me know. Okay, thanks, bye-bye. Oh, these are so good.